Hi there, you found Queen V Crafts, my channel all about my crafting life. My name is Eve, my pronouns are she, her, and today is Flosstube episode number 29. Today is the 3rd of January, 2026, so Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you had a wonderful and relaxing, hopefully it wasn't too stressful, holiday season into the new year. And I'm so excited to share everything that I've been working on through the last couple of months. I wasn't able to record a video at the end of November, so this will be encompassing November and December stitching. So I'm just so excited to share all of the things that I have today. I will apologize in advance. I have a dog in here with me today. She has a squeaky toy. I'm hoping that she behaves. Do you want to come say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Bree. Come here. So she needs a haircut, but here's the baby. Say hi to the people. Hi to the people. Hoping that she doesn't squeak her toy too much through this video. And I'm also a little bit under the weather. My throat is not 100%, so I kind of sound a little weird. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, and let's jump in. I have finishes, multiple, I know, crazy, right? Start, and several WIPs to share. So, first finish is actually an FFO, a fully finished object. I rarely fully finish things, so this is a treat. Ta-da! This is Hello Autumn from Primrose Cottage. This is one of their free Stitch Friday pieces. Ooh, almost dropped it. From their newsletter. So if you're not already subscribed to the Primrose Cottage newsletter, I highly would recommend it because you get a free small pattern each month, and they're super cute. But I stitched this one up. It didn't take me all that long, and then I finished it into my first pillow. So, yay. Sorry, I had to pause for the the thumbnail. Anyway, so I stitched this one with some of the called for colors, and what I didn't have called for, I substituted for something that I thought was similar. So I stitched this one on 14 count oatmeal fiddler's cloth and finished it with this really pretty teal fabric to kind of draw out the teal here. And it's filled with polyfill and poly pellets. And it's a little bit squishier than I think I would have made it, but I used a pretty stiff interfacing on the back of the stitching, so it actually does sit up pretty well by itself. It's not falling over, it's not too squishy. But yeah, first fully finish, or only fully finished, I should say, of this video, but I rarely fully finish things. This might be the only thing that I FFO'd during 2025. So, Hello Autumn. The next finish that I have is actually a SAF, or a start and finish. This is called Gloria, which is kind of a silly name in my opinion. You'll see in a second why. This is from October House Fiber Arts. I got this as a gift pattern when I went to 3 Stitches. And I stitched it real quick, and it was just a little cute little thing. So enough gap about it. Here's Gloria. I feel like this should be named Rejoice, but I am not the designer. So I stitched this one on 28 count pale gray gingham, I think is the official name of it, but it's one of those printed fabrics. It's kind of hard to see the gingham pattern. Maybe if I tilt like this, you can see it a little bit better. And then the colors are Classic Colorworks Caroling and Mistletoe, and DMC Light Effects for the gold in the star and the pot, the tree skirt, whatever down here is. And it's just super cute. Did not take me very long to do. This will be another, I think, pillow finish. It might be a little big. It's roughly my hand sized. So, I don't know. This one's roughly my hand size, so maybe it will make a nice pillow. And that is Gloria. Alright. The next finish is Christmas Bird from Heart and Hand. This one, honestly, the leggy birds are so small. This should have been done last Christmas. I started it then. It took me a full year to get to it. But it's done now. So here is Christmas Bird. I think it's a darling. I stitched this one on 40 count creme brulee, I think, from R&R, using a conversion of colors, Classic Colorworks and Gentle Art, that I came up with because I wanted to stitch this and Believe by the Trilogy in the same colors, so it uses the same color conversion. And then I did rechart this a little bit. So I charted so that I could stitch the present, because I think this is a button in the original pattern. So then I had to move some of these guys around. And I might try to see if I can find like maybe a small snowflake button or something for that corner. But yeah. I love him. He's so cute. The Santa hat, absolutely perfect. Okay, that is Christmas Bird. The last finish that I have to show you today is Stitching Bird from Heart and Hand. I have already stitched this one previously, but I did not love the coverage that I got. I think I stitched it on a 16 count Aida, thinking it was an 18 count Aida, and I only used one strand, so it's a little sparse. So I decided I wanted to stitch it again and do that on a 36 count linen instead. And here is what it looks like finished. Oh, it's so cute. My lighting is not great to show projects, but this one has the little spool button, and I switched out some colors again on this one, recharted some things, but predominantly it's the same vibe as all of the other leggy birds from Heart and Hand. So there is Stitching Bird. I love him so much. This is probably, I love anything, I love stitching that's stitching related. So this one's probably my favorite out of all of the leggy birds that I have stitched. So that is really exciting. Okay, I am going to just say I might have to pause in between some of the, like, splice some of this video together, because I do feel like I'm going to need to cough and take sips of my beverage. So I just want to let you know that if it kind of jumps, it's because I'm cutting out a coughing fit. Okay, so finishes are done. I had 2 starts. One I'm not going to talk about today because it is a gift and I will share when it is complete. But I did start another project at the end of last year, the end of 2025. Sam from Slow Snail Stitching said, hey, who wants to start Schwartzwald Quaker by Owl Forest? And I said, I do. Usually I'm not a Quaker stitcher, but this pattern is so beautiful. There's something about it that really drew me in. So I am stitching this one as well. I started on December 26th, like Sam had suggested us do. And I have gotten this far. This one is stitched on 40 count Gray Magic from BeStitchMe. And I'm using a Mosale silk called Church, 1/2. And I think it looks great. The coverage is great. The lighting today is just not going to do really this fabric and floss combo justice, but it really is very, very, very stunning. I love it. I am very pleased with my choice. So yeah, that is Schwartzwald Quaker. Alrighty, now we can get into some WIPs. First up is the Stardew Valley map from ChiChiZeKitty. I had a goal to try to hit 50% on this year. That didn't happen. I think I only hit 38%. So I need to do my math again to try and figure out how many stitches I need to do each month to hopefully get this one done maybe by the end of this year, if not definitely by the end of 2027. Because it's really not that big of a full coverage piece, and it's one of my oldest WIPs. So here is what it looked like the last time that I showed it, and here is what it looks like now. This one I'm stitching on 16 count easy grid, 2/1 with the called for DMC, and I'm making steady progress. I think the beginning, or like somewhere just into 2025, I made the decision that I wasn't happy really stitching from the opposite corner because of the way that I park. It's easier for me to stitch from this corner down. So I switched it. So all of this is progress from last year, and I think that's pretty decent. Like, I'm proud of that. Even though I didn't hit my goal, I still feel like I did something, you know? So this one we'll talk about again because it is like a priority piece finish-wise for me. For this year, I do want to get it done as soon as possible, whether that be by the end of this year or just over into 2027. We'll see. Okay, next is Plants and Petrichor. This is the project that I spun for my Sal month. Here is where it was before and where it is now. This one is on 20 count Ada from Fiber on a Whim. It's called Malachite. It's beautiful. I'm stitching with one strand over 1/8 square, and I'm just chipping away at the frames. Once I get all of the frames totally finished, each time I pull this for Sal a month, I'm going to complete one of the pieces. Basically, like, this was released as a mystery stitch along, so I'll fill in as the drops came out. So this will be done at some point. And that's Plants and Petrichor. Alrighty. Next is Morning Glory from Nora Corbett. I stitched on this one during November for like Nora November. Did not get as much progress as I would have liked, but I did stitch on it, so I'll show it to y'all. Here is where it was the last time and where it is now. This fabric is 28 count Haze from Atomic Ranch. I'm using the called for DMC 2/2, except her skin I am doing 1/1, and I think she's looking super cool. I really like it. Will I stitch another fancy lady? Probably not. I have 2. That's plenty for me. There are some people that are only fancy lady stitchers. Not me. I do appreciate them, though. They are beautiful. It's not the style of stitching that I enjoy. So I will finish it because Morning Glories are the September birth flower, and that's my birth month. So, okay. Next is the Deadly Aquarium from Lola Crow. This was another, either this was a WIPGO call or a Salamonth pull. I don't really remember. But I did some stitching on it. Here is where it was the last time and where it is now. Fabric is 18 count, tangled up in blue from Stitchman Darcy, and I'm using the called for DMC 1/1, and my nose has now started to do things. I stitched predominantly in the coral, and yeah, I'm really liking this. Honestly, all of Lola Crow's stitch-alongs are beautiful. How people keep up with them, I have no idea. Like, this is massive, and each of the parts are massive. So, like, you have to be a monogamous stitcher, right? To be able to, or totally focus on the stitch-along during the time it's releasing. Anywho, this is Deadly Aquarium. It's looking super good. I'm very happy with it. It will come out again at some point this year when it gets pulled on the Sal a month wheel. Okay. Next, Autumn Bird from Heart and Hand. I feel it's like the end of last year. I was like, how many smalls do you think I can stitch and finish? So I didn't quite get this one done, but I do need to try to get this one done in the next couple of months, if not sooner, just because I started this one last September and it's so small. actually no, 2 Septembers ago. I started it in September of 2024, and I didn't finish it before September of 2025. So it needs to be done. It's small and it's like over a year old. That's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, enough jibber jabber. Here's where it was before. Here's where it is now. So as you can see, I made significant progress. He's no longer just part of a leg and a tail. There's actually a bird there now. Fabric is 36 count platinum, as Weigert. It's probably my favorite neutral, like easily attainable neutral. And the flosses, I think I made substitutions, but there might be some called for. I'm not 100% sure anymore. Once this one's done, I will post the conversion for it on my Instagram. So if you're interested, go follow me over there. I'm also Queen Bee Crafts. Yeah, autumn bird. Ta-da. Okay. Next is the Lunar Witch from Autumn Lane Stitchery. This one, I really do need to like figure out some form of rotation, because Lunar Witch and Serena Sprout both need work, because they're much bigger patterns than you think they are. And I would like to try and get this one done in an amount of time that I can frame it and enjoy it. Anyways, here's where it was. Here's where it is. Stitching this one on, what is this? 36 count Dusty Cottage from BeStitchMe. Using called for DMC and Anchor Black. 2/2. Yep, 2/2. And sorry, I'm distracted by the way that I serged this. I don't know why I left such a large like allowance on the side. Why didn't it just go up to the edge? Anyways, here is the Lunar Witch. Okay. And last but not least, I have Cosmic Lover. This chart was designed by Medusa Dollmaker, or the artwork is by Medusa Dollmaker. The chart is from GeckoRouge. Unfortunately, her artwork is no longer available at GeckoRouge, but she does sell the charts of her artwork on her website. I don't remember why I was stitching on this, probably WIPGO. But here's where it was. Here's where it is. .28 count, even weave, easy grid, even weave. This is what came in the kit. Called for colors from the kit, 1/1. Is that all I have to say about it? This is a lifetime project, I know. Like, I keep starting full coverage that are going to take me so long to finish if I don't focus on them. But yeah, here's Cosmic Lover. And that is all my whips, starts, finishes. Now we get to talk, oh gosh, are we gonna talk plans? Yes, let's talk a little bit of plans. So general plans, I will address more of my like 2026 goals and plans more in-depthly in my WIP parade. I'm going to do a combined finish parade, WIP parade, and plans video because I don't have a ton of plans. A lot of things are more loose, but I'm going to continue playing WIPGO this year. If Marjorie continues Pick-A-WIP, I'm going to keep doing that. I Spy from Laura Stitching by the Shore. The Crafts and Books Acrostic, which is Beth at the Steadfast Stitcher. And I am going to just focus more on getting my smalls finished and getting Stardew Valley finished or closer to a finish. So those are my like general plans. Here is my January challenge book. I did already pull the stitch counts for WIPGO and the stitch and my Sal a month because it was taking me too long to record and I wanted to get some of these things in here. So here's what that looks like. And then, like I said, we'll go over more detailed plans in my WIP parade. If you are not a fan of haul, I do have quite a bit. I will let you go here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing, liking the video, commenting, letting me know what you're working on, what you're excited for this new year. If you had a new year, new start, I would love to know what that is. And I love getting to build this community and chat with y'all more. So go ahead and say hi in the comments. I love getting to read them, and I do try to respond to all of them. Yeah, so if you are here staying around for haul, I am going to go ahead and get into that. So, I have Mosale Silk and fabric from BeStitchMe and cottons from 3 Stitches, so Gentle Art and Classic Colorworks. And then I have one Stitchy item that I got for Christmas that I want to share as well. So let's go ahead and do Mosale Silk first. I'm going to try and get through these as quickly as I can, but I have quite a bit. Let me know down below if you like when I share all of the color names. If it doesn't matter and I can just show these like this, that would be awesome. But this blue is 'Twas the Night, and I did get a hank of 'Twas the Night as well. This one is Santa Suit. Then we have Mistletoe. This one is Wrapping Paper. This one, Blackberry Wine. Gingerbread Man. Wreath Ornament. Mambeau Sapin. I'm not French, so there's what that looks like. Teddy bear and bow. And then on this one, I got a hank of mulled wine, of cherry cobbler, and Christmas party mints. So Those are really, really pretty together. And then on here, mulled wine, white pine, Mrs. Claus, Santa's sleigh, this bright green one is the Grinch. This one is the Star of Bethlehem. This red is Cherry Cobbler. Yule Log. Santa Red. And Christmas Party Mints. And then last one of the regular, I got, this is Schoolhouse, Bakery, Telegraph Office. Those don't even look like the same. This is Tree Farm, Fire Station, Greenhouse, Hot Cocoa Stand, Train Station, and Flower Shop. And this is the same set that church that I'm doing my Schwartzwald Quaker came in. Alrighty. Last bit of Mo sale is from Black Friday. So Mo does grab bags for Black Friday. Things that she still has in stock that she's looking to, you know, make space for, make space with. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spools, and I can't tell how many skeins, but they're all colors that I already have in my collection, I believe. I just now have an extra. So we'll do the spools first. This is Pesto. I got 2, almost dropped them, orange liqueur. The same. I got 2 berry coulis, like that. These the same. 2 cafe au lait, a cream of broccoli, and an off-white. This one are for old labels. And then in the skeins, I forgot these weren't on the ring. We got My Bungalow, Blue Spruce, and another mulled wine, Star of Bethlehem, Groovy, Dancing with Raisins, Concolor Fur, Telegraph Office, Bakery, Robin's Nest, There's a second robin's nest. Orchard house. Dandelion flower, which is very similar to Star of Bethlehem. This one's Peace. Frankenstein's monster. Green dragon blood potion, which looks very pale to me. I wonder if that's on the right floss card. Dropout. Another Piece. Another telegraph office. Another orchard house. I don't have this color yet, so it's good that I got two. But it's cool that I got two. Another Christmas party mints. Elixir of Beginnings. Ooh, dropping things. And jack-o'-lantern. Oh, wait, no, I dropped one. Last one is Flutter. That's really pretty. And those are all the silks from my Black Friday grab bag. Now, we can talk about fabric. I am a sucker for BeStitchMe. I love the way that Brandy dyes. The colors that she has, they're just so good. So I have several from ready to ship, as well as I did place a pre-order for several fabrics back in July, I think, give or take. So let's do the ready to ship ones first, and then I will show you what I got pre-ordered. The first one is, I guess I should say these are all 40 count. Cinnamon, pink chocolate, frost. I do already have this in 36 count and I love it, so I wanted it in 40 count. Winter mix, spellbound, willow, vintage, boot camp. I'm actually thinking I might want to stitch Hawk Run Hollow, the shores of Hawk Run Hollow in this. Unclear. I haven't even like really thought about it, but that thought popped into my head first. And lastly, Dusty Cottage in 40 count. There's all of the ready to ship fabrics. Now, I was looking for a 40 count green that I could stitch Blueberry J by Jedex Stitch on, because I have 40 count Lilith already in stash and I want to stitch Cherry Magpie on that one. So I wanted a BeStitchMe fabric in 40 count so that, you know, same dyers size wise. So I picked out 3 greens from the site that I thought would work. I'm going to bring them to my Stitchy Day where I can get opinions from the ladies too in person. You know, you can never really tell on camera, but the first one that I picked out was Bog. This one's really cool. I also thought maybe Evergreen It's definitely more blue toned. It's like a teal almost. And it's a little bit lighter, but Spirit of the Forest is another good green option. So those are potential options for Blueberry J. And then just because I'm a sucker for blue, I had to pick out some blue fabrics. This is Aquarius. I think I already had this one in 36 count, but I wanted it in 40. Same thing with Blue Moon. I have 36 count, but I wanted 40. This might be a little dark for me to see on, but it is what it is. And then Not Your Denim Jacket. Alrighty. I forgot I had this in here. Okay, so now let's talk thread from 3 Stitches. This is 2 months worth, right? So, Classic Colorworks. We're just going to go in order. English Ivy. Erin Go Emerald. Eve's Leaves. It's my color. Fallen Leaves. Fields of Green. Let go. Fields of Green. Fiddly Gold. Fleur de Lilac. 4-Leaf Clover. Fresh Brew. And Frog Legs. Gentle Art. We have I almost said Heirloom Gold. Hibiscus. Honeydew. Hyacinth. Kiwi. Lagoon. Lamb's Wool. Lexington Green. Linen. And Mediterranean Sea. So there is all of those that I can now go into my stash. I'm thinking if I continue on this path, I might have Classic Colorworks and Dental Art finished, like a full set, by the end of this year. But we'll see. And then I also picked up from 3 Stitches the Doodles Maker. I might already have this. I didn't see it in my Notion when I bought this, so this might be an extra copy. If it is, keep a lookout for this maybe as a giveaway sometime. But there it is for now, Doodles Maker. As I throw it on the ground. Okay. Christmas gift. I got a Dimensions kit. This is Black Moon Cat. It's just a small kit. I only got 5 colors. Black Ada. Now that I'm looking at this, it's a cross-stitch kit that ironically, all of the stitches in like the moon and stuff are half cross. Also, the cat and the fence posts are stitched in black on black Ada. I'm gonna have to think about this because that doesn't seem like a fun time. I might have to find like a really dark gray, maybe, fabric to do this on. Anyways, I love it. This was on my wish list. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for my cross stitch kit. Okay. Let's do sewing first. So that's all of the things that I've bought. Now we're going to talk about other hobbies lightning fast. I have continued sewing. I am making project bags. I finished another one. This is the first time that I ever like attempted anything close to quilting. I'm not super happy with how this turned out, but I think for a first attempt, it's not bad. This fabric is absolutely adorable though, and I knew that I wanted to use it for a bag, so there's that. Lining is the little hearts, and yeah, I think it's adorable. And honestly, I don't spend a lot of time staring at the front, so it's okay. Then the other bag that I made looks like this. It's all of the sewing notions. This one's lined with this blue fabric. And yeah, I am happy with how this one turned out too. Yeah. Ta-da. Alrighty. I didn't bring them to show, but I have still been knitting on my socks. And I did start a scarf. Oh, that one actually is in reach. So I started a scarf with a Karen cake. I think this is a cinnamon swirl cake. I don't remember the color name. And I'm legitimately just knitting a scarf with this yarn. I don't knit very often. Cross stitch obviously is my main hobby, so yeah, it's coming along. Sometimes I stitch so much, and then I don't want to say I burn myself out on it, but like I just need to switch to something else for a bit, and this is a good palette cleanser in between projects because it's just kind of mindless. And then books. So for the last bit of the year, where is my pen? I did just finish another book. And I can't for the life of me remember what it is. I did hit my reading goal for 2025. I read 50 books. It would have been 51 had a loan from Libby not returned early, with me only having like 25 minutes left on it. Totally forgot about it. But really quick, I'm gonna pop up the cover of the book and give you my star rating. I read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This one is the sequel. It's not like the second book in the series, but it's the sequel series to Caraval. I gave this one 3 stars. Then I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, 3.5 stars. I read The Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, 4 stars. And I finished out the year with Guild. I think that was the last book that I read. Hold on, I'm going to double check. So yes, I finished out the year with Guild. by Raven Kennedy, and I gave that one 3.5 stars. It was definitely just like smut. It was fine. Does it make me want to read the rest of them? Not particularly, but I probably will, just because it's another book on my list. Yeah. So I think that's everything that I wanted to cover today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Keep an eye out for my WIP parade. I'm going to film that just when I'm done with here, so I can get that uploaded as well right after this one. Thank you so much for all your support through 2025. Y'all are amazing. I love getting to share my projects with you. And cheers to 2026. I'm excited for all the stuff that's going to happen this year. There are lots of things that are planned to happen. So, on that note, thank you so much. Have a lovely January, lovely 2026, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, happy stitching.
I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.